SME empowerment. Let's talk hospitality. The hospitality is reaping from the benefits of higher vaccination rates and lifting of COVID restrictions on the sector. According to a survey by the Central Bank of Kenya covering 86 hotels across the country, the average bed occupancy and utilization of restaurant services improved in December 2021 compared to November 2021. Brenda Karubo reports.
Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, the accommodation and food services sector directly and indirectly contributed to the strong performance of the economy. However, the sector was among the worst hit by the pandemic, contracting by 47.7% in 2020. By the third quarter of 2021, the sector had recovered to grow by 24.8% compared to a contraction of 63.4% in the same period in 2020. This recovery was partly due to lifting of the containment measures that were put in place to curb the spread of the pandemic. In particular, the lifting of the countrywide 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. curfew in October 2021 supported the sector's recovery. However, about 10% of respondents from top-rated five-star hotels to small-scale outlets expect to achieve normal levels of operations in 2023. 7% of the responding hotels reported to have attained the pre-COVID level of operations, indicating continued recovery. But uncertainties remain, with 38% of the responding hotels still not sure of when they will attain the pre-COVID levels of operations. 7% of the respondents feel that the sector was hardest hit and urged the government to consider providing a stimulus to the sector or tax waivers, as well as a reduction of some levies to support their recovery. The survey was administered to the chief executives, managing directors, owners, or senior employees of the hotel enterprises. 21 in the Nairobi metropolitan area, 19 in Naivasha, and 46 in the rest of the country participated. Brenda Karubo, KTN News.
And still on CBK surveys, chief executive officers have expressed business optimism about growth prospects for their companies and the wider economy, mostly driven by the services sector. Findings from the Central Bank of Kenya CEO survey shows the optimism is mainly attributed to reduced energy costs, improved consumer demand, low inflation, government investment in infrastructure, and the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions. But the respondents, particularly in the agriculture and manufacturing sectors, were concerned over rising input costs, especially inputs, global supply chains disruptions, heightened political activity, which may lead to scaling down of operations as businesses adopt a wait-and-see approach to investments and the effects of the pandemic. Respondents expected to mitigate constraining factors in the economic environment through management of costs and risks, diversification of their businesses, and digitization of their operations. All right, so the CEOs are saying one of the ways to withstand the dynamics of the year 2022 is looking at digitization, which is a critical element. When you talk about digitization, I know you are on social media platforms. In one way or another, you utilize digital platforms. And on those platforms, what you feed them is your data. Question is, as a country, where are we on matters data protection? Right now, I'm joined in studio by Immaculate Kasai, the Data Commissioner in Kenya, leading the office of the Data Protection Commission. And we also have Hoteni